Not feeling fulfilled in my friendship. I have a friend that I met through mutual friends 2 years ago. About 6 months after we met, she ghosted everyone in the group, but reached out to me saying they were having a lot of mental health problems. I was supportive as I knew how to be, reaching out to check in every week and talking relatively frequently. She had been doing better recently. She's been seeing a therapist, new job, back dating, doing great by all accounts. Last year, I was in a car accident. My car was struck by a drunk driver. Oh my gosh. My leg was shattered. Over the last 12 months, I've had 9 surgeries. Oh my God, this is horrible. In November, the medical team informed me that I had a serious infection in the bone and they would have to amputate my leg. Oh my God, this is crazy. What? Wow.
That took a turn.
Yes.
It's really sad.
It's been an incredibly challenging year for me, but my friend has really just never showed up for me. Will only respond to my texts weeks later or just not respond. Will occasionally text me asking how I am and that she misses me, but never responds when I text back. I texted her like a month ago and never heard back. Last night she texted me with the usual, "How are you? I miss you" text. I don't know how to respond. I've been going back and forth between being upset and indifferent. I'm just confused why she continues to reach out but rarely/never responds. I know I'm still in a pretty emotional place with everything that's been going on in my life, and I don't want to act rashly. How would you handle this if you were in my place? I'm thinking of just saying I have lost interest in this friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they were both going through things that were tough. One of them was there for the other and one of them's not.
Right. And it's hard because everyone, when they're going through something, deals with it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't really fault the girl for like ghosting for a while either.
Mm-hmm.
But then it sounds like she got her life kind of back on track and still wasn't reaching out. And that's where it's like, you kind of lose me.
Yeah, I agree.
You know?
Especially when it's like that back to back.
Yeah.
It's like she just got you through this. Like you can't help her get through that.
Yeah. A leg amputation.
Yeah.
That's like really tough.
Horrendous.
Right. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like maybe that's a friendship where it was meant to be for a little bit. And like, we kind of talked about this on another episode, but like, not everything is like tit for tat. And then also just the way that I believe like life works, it's a little woo-woo, but you cross paths with people for a specific reason. And maybe you give a little more than they give you. But I'm sure there's also people that they give a little more than you. Or wait, Did I say the same thing twice? Like,
no.
Okay. So maybe this is just an example of like the universe knew that she needed someone to be there for her and they put you in her path. Like it's just going to happen that you're going to be there for her more than she'll ever be there for you. And that's just how life is like meant to be.
I actually really like that. I've never like heard that before. Well, because you always view it as like you with that friend.
Mm-hmm.
And people are like, well, how I am with them, they have to be with me. And it's like, no, maybe how you are with them is what you're getting from someone else entirely.
Yes, I think about that sometimes.
My life is changing before my eyes.
Oh my God, wow. Yeah, like I do just think not everything is like 50-50 all the time.
Right.
I also kind of think, though, that is a good way to think about things when maybe you feel like wronged by someone or you feel like you gave so much effort and they gave nothing. Like, this isn't true in all situations, but I think that in this situation, it makes sense. Yeah. Because this girl needed someone in her life. Like, she was going through it. And you need someone now. Like, that's valid too. But, like, she needed that, like, angel. Like, I don't know. I'm religious, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah.
But, like, God was, or the universe, or, like, whatever, was like, she needs help. And you're going to be the one to help her. And, like, there's probably a time in your life that somebody helped you that you didn't help them, like, 100% of the way that they helped you. And like, I don't know, like, I just feel like that's just how it goes.
Yeah, like that's okay.
Yeah.
And you can kind of take it for what it was and then move on.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good way to think of things when maybe you feel like wronged by someone. And you know how like there's a lot of discourse about like, oh, live your life delusionally. And like be delusional. Like no one ever was mean to you. Like they just made a mistake that day. And like I have heard this quote, not even quote, but like a photographer that I was like in a mastermind and they gave this tip. It's like, whenever you get rejected, imagine that they did it with a smile on their face. And I feel like that is a really healthy way to live, because when you reach out to this job or even in personal relationships and you get rejected, you could sit there and be like, they hate me, I'm stupid, I'm horrible, they're terrible. Like imagine everyone is doing something with a smile on their face. It's not because of you. It's all good intentions. Like with a smile on my face, you're just not right for this role. Like we are just incompatible, like that kind of thing. And that's never going to hurt you because you're going to move on from that and be like, it just wasn't meant to be. Smile. And even if they sent it with the worst intentions, I fucking hate this girl. Like, she sucks. You're going to walk away. Everyone loves me. I'm fine. And like, how is that going to make your life like worse, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of like realizing the world isn't against you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And things aren't personal.
Right.
Most of the time.
Right.
With like strangers especially, but even with friends, yes, the world isn't against you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. So like if there was someone in your past where you gave them so much more energy than they gave you. I'm like thinking of like a friend that I used to have. I could sit around and be like, oh, so annoying. Why did I waste so much time on you? Or I could tell myself, we were meant to cross paths. She needed the advice that I gave her, like the support that I gave her at that time. Whether she gave me something or not, like I moved on and I'm going to try to be a better person because of it. And like I can smile at her if I walk by her on the street. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
No, that's really good advice. It's just hard.
Oh, it's so hard
to take.
Yeah.
And like to put into practice.
Yeah.
It's easier to go through life thinking everything's against you. It's harder to go through life delusionally.
Isn't that sad though?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the same reason why we are so entertained by gossip, but we're not as entertained by like, oh yeah, this person's doing really well and everything's going great.
Right.
Like we want to hear about, and not like it's like in the human brain, like psychologically, gossip and negative talk is more exciting. If it bleeds, it leads for a reason, which is sad.
Yeah, that is sad. But we can change the world with this podcast, which is why you better subscribe.
That's so true.
No, that was a really good point.
So if she wants to cut her off at this point, yeah, cut her off.
Yeah.
But just know that you don't need to hate her. You don't need to like spite her. It just kind of happened and there's nothing you can do to change it. And if you want to move on, that's on you and that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess like just try to not sit around and regret the support that you did give her.
Oh,
because it's not a waste of time, especially not for her, because who knows what would have happened if you didn't give her that support.
Right.
And I hope that there's someone else giving you the support.
I was going to say, I hope you are taken care of.
Yeah, exactly. It's not coming from her maybe, but I hope it's coming from someone.
Yeah.
Or many, many people.
Yeah.